The state of Arkansas is taking a new approach to teaching reading through RISE, a new initiative. Here at the primary, Lakeside is helping lead the way to ensure all students are successful at reading.
Reading is rocket science. It really is. You know, we throw around that it should be an easy skill, and it's not an easy skill. It's complex in its nature.
I'm a former kindergarten teacher, and so I had kids who didn't know how to read. When I started reading the research, I was sort of slapped in the face by how different what I was doing in the classroom, which is what I was trained to do in the classroom by higher ed. That's what I learned to do in college. It didn't match the research at all. And when I started reading it, I started thinking we've got to make changes in Arkansas because it's continuing to be what happens that's in classrooms, and kids are continuing to struggle.
I like to say the data doesn't lie. So when we're looking at state data and we're looking at where we sit nationally, in any kind of ranking, and you look at an overall ranking of about 37 to 38% of kids, even if you're at the top of the 38, like if our state says 38% is where most of our kids are, and we say, oh man, we're at 38, that's great, that means we're at the top. Are we really okay with 38%? That's what I always go back to. Is that okay? Is it okay for us to say that only approximately 40% of our students are going to be successful with reading? To me, that's not okay. I just think that we need to look at it from the perspective of, is what we're doing working?
RISE is an initiative led by the Arkansas Department of Education that basically looks at how we teach reading, the scientific approach to reading to our students.
It's actually a journey that the State Department has taken us on to actually help us implement science of reading strategies into the classroom.
We chose to be a RISE school because of the big problem that we've been having in Arkansas as a state. We used to think that learning how to read was more visual, and the research shows that it's actually a lot more auditory. And the very beginning of reading starts with the sounds and the letter sounds and the segmenting sounds before you ever actually put a letter with it.
Good job.
So the phonemic awareness program that we're doing is the Hegarty program, and it's just a routine, explicitly taught, systematic approach to phonemic awareness that gives every little part of that phonological awareness umbrella to every kid every day.
We begin our day with an ECED block, which is Every Child Every Day, where every child in our building and in our classrooms receive small group instruction that is differentiated to their needs. RISE has also offered a different look into what small groups look like. Like I said earlier, we do have during this ECE time that explicit instruction of rhyming words, syllables, listening to word word awareness, all of these components of phonological awareness. And then we will move on to phonemic awareness, which is actually identifying the letters and their sounds and how they connect, how the letter symbol connects with the letter sound. Children learn auditorily. RISE has taught us that. And we are taking that knowledge from RISE and applying it daily into our classrooms.
We're comparing their sounds. One is going to be
voiced,
and one is going to be unvoiced.
As an educator, my job and my teachers' jobs are to always make sure that we're doing the best. And so now that we know that there's a better way to do it, we're going to do better.
Your administrators have come on board and they've been actively engaged. They don't just kind of pop in, pop out. In some places that we are, they're not as actively engaged. So that's helpful because if your leaders are listening and paying attention, then your teachers will listen and pay attention. So, I think Lakeside's got a great potential to push this and kids to be better readers than they've ever been before.
I hope that what we walk away from over the next couple of years is the reality that we can make a difference. That if we put our minds to it and we accept that maybe what we're doing wasn't working, and then take that and say what is out there that actually does work, and not be afraid of the change. If we keep at it and we keep doing what we know is right, because once you know to do right, you should do right. If we keep doing what's right, then that muscle memory will get easier for the kids. And instead of saying, this is hard, we're going to be able to say, oh my gosh, gosh, look how much this helped. Look at what I'm able to do. And the kids will be saying, I'm a reader. And the adults will be saying, yeah, I did that. And so I think that's how it should be. We should be walking out of school every day excited about what we've taught a child how to do. And children should be walking out of school saying, I can read.